the store a little over 20 years ago. We opened because we felt like our customers needed more service, needed more personalized service. So we are sit and fit kind of shoe store, but with a sporting goods kind of running. Yeah, 21 years later, we're still here on Main Street, same location we are when we started. We closed probably 3 days before the non-essential stay-at-home order came into place by the governor. And when that came into play, we were deemed non-essential. So it was a little concerning for me because we weren't able to do curbside. We weren't able to do really any fulfillment in our store. And because half of our business is medical referrals, I deal with about 7 different doctors, foot doctors in the area, and we work with their patients. I had several doctors write letters on our behalf to the state. They got into the governor's hands, and we were given permission 3 days later to open curbside and remotely and contactless transactions. So we really, we closed for, about a week, but then that was about it. And so we were able to kind of pivot and innovate and change the way we fit shoes to virtual fittings. In fact, I sold 500 pairs of shoes virtually with Zoom conferences and watching people walk and establishing your fit. It felt just like starting from day one, to be honest. I didn't want to lose any employees. I knew that we have 10 of us here. I tried to continue to pay all my key managers and people, even though they weren't here the amount of time. And some employees did take unemployment, which was helpful. But when we reopened on May 14th, every single employee that we had came back to work.
It is really nice to be able to come to work where it is a safe environment to work in and have some sort of a routine to get out of the house and actually have that opportunity. I'm very thankful for. Really just upping everything sterilization-wise, keeping in mind that we don't know where everyone's been. Even like everyone coming into our store has a totally different, they might have a whole family at home, they might be living alone, but we still don't know where they've been and what they might have been exposed to. So it's really important just to treat everyone the same and be very cautious.
In the beginning, everybody was kind, helping each other out, which is great, and we still see that day in and day out. But you also see kind of the dark side of people. You don't know what they're going through, how COVID-19 has affected them personally or their family. We're here to help everybody. Sometimes we see that lack of kindness come out in people who come into the store, whether it be because of masks or we're just trying to stay safe and make sure our customers are safe. So we're just following protocols and guidelines. We're not trying to get at your beliefs or your affiliations. We just want everybody to be safe.
It's interesting how some people have had some pushback on the mask thing, and I don't want to start getting in arguments with people, so I simply ask them if they're willing for me to help them outdoors, and if they don't want to wear a mask, maybe they have a medical condition, I can't let them in the store, but I can help them outside.
A very daunting time, and as you hear all the time, there's a lot of uncertainty, and so you see people deal with that in very different ways. Each person can portray how they're feeling at different levels. So I know in the beginning everyone was really reaching out and being very kind and helpful to each other, and sometimes you see that it's a really important thing to keep going.
I think the one thing I've learned is that we used to purchase goods for our store that would be on trend, or maybe a new brand that was up and coming that we had some insight on, and we're buying all of our goods a full year in advance. So I've already purchased fall 2021 products for our store, although they're not here yet. Basically, it's you see it and you future the order out. And so in that buying process as a business owner, I probably won't be spread so far out and hitting like lots of new things. I'm going to narrow my focus on core items and go deeper in the products that we know are consistently selling, and not taking too many risks right now, because cash flow is everything for a small business. And when we're past this whole thing, I'm probably not going to stop doing contactless transactions. I'm not going to take our hand sanitizer stations down. Those are going to be here forever, because I think those are areas that we neglected as a society for a long time. So I think that there's a lot of things that we've learned as retailers from this, and there's some innovations that we'll keep in place long term.
with COVID as an employee, there's always a silver lining. You know, there's always a positive to take out of a negative.
The biggest thing I've learned is trying to take it day by day. You know, since this all started, I graduated college and I've gone back to college, and it's really been kind of a whirlwind.
I think we're going to learn a lot from this, but mainly it's that this pandemic brought out the best in people early on, and has sadly brought out the worst in people. I'm hopeful that we can weather the January and February storm of New England winters and get through this as a vaccine comes available.